Bills are playing the Jags. The last time these two played was in September. It was a 47-10 victory to the Jags, heavily influenced by Josh Allen's 4 touchdown passes early on, which put the game well beyond the Jags. Before we get into the rest of the analysis of the video, do me a really big favor and hit the subscribe button, especially if you're a returning viewer. It means you like what I'm doing, but you're not hitting subscribe. Why aren't you hitting subscribe? Hit subscribe. It will really help me out and it will really help me promote this fantastic game here in the UK. Now let's get on with the video. So we're going to go through the analysis step by step. We're going to go through a few data points and some injury news right at the end, followed by my prediction. So please stick around. So let's look at it team by team basis. When we look at the first downs acquired total in the season, the Bills are ever so slightly ahead with 374 to the Jacksonville Jaguars 359. What does that look like between downs? So the third down conversion, I think, is something that's very, very important in a game. Often the team that converts more third downs is the team that goes on to win. And the Bills are leading that with a 44.8% completion rate in third down to the Jags 39.2. And if you go to fourth down, they're still a little bit ahead. I know if you're going to go for fourth down, it's usually fourth and short. So it's a slightly higher completion rate than it is third down. But the Bills are still ahead in that one as well. The red zone, when it comes to defense, the red zone defense, the Bills have allowed 20 touchdowns in the red zone, whereas the Jags have allowed 25. So not a great deal in it, but again, playoff time, these fine margins might make a big difference. When we look player by player, I think Josh Allen, again, has had a mammoth season, but so has Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has thrown for 4,007 yards, compared to Josh Allen, who's thrown for 3,668 yards. So not much in it, but Allen has ran a bit more with his 517 rushing yards. So maybe that balances the field. I always just think that being able to throw the ball more is more important. But Josh Allen's ability to extend the play has been really huge for the Buffalo Bills in so many games this season and on so many occasions. So it's going to be a fascinating game. And I don't know which way to go, actually. So I think I'm just going to roll the dice and have a prediction at the end there. On the ground, I think Cook has had an immense season. He's had 1,627 total rushing yards. Etienne is the leading rusher for the Jags. He's had 1,107 total rushing yards. The lead receiver for the Shakir, and this is probably the area for the Buffalo Bills where they might come a bit undone. They haven't got a huge receiving threat, not like some other teams have anyway. And Shakir has scored 719. Washington is the lead receiver for the Jags. He scored 847 receiving yards. So not a huge deal in it, but I do think the Bills are suffering. If they're suffering anywhere on the offense, it's the receiving threat. The ground game seems to be solid. Cook's had a great game, and with the addition of Josh Allen's ability to extend the play, they really cook when it comes to the ground. So maybe if this is a game that they can be effective on the ground, if the Jags can stop them, we know that Haynes has got 8 sacks this season. He's been an immense pass rusher. Can he get to Allen enough to stop the ground game from operating in the way that the Bills would like to do it? If he can, maybe they go on to win the game. If he can't, and Josh Allen's able to extend the play like he has been doing so often this season, maybe the Buffalo Bills will take it. With that in mind, Josh Allen does have a foot injury. He does have a foot injury that he is expected to play, but I think he's been holding his foot injury for a little while. Will that play a part in the game? We'll have to wait and see. He's usually pretty good at ignoring things like that, but if it even has a small effect on his mobility and Haynes can get past the O-line like he does so often, then maybe we'll see him become much less effective, which could affect the outcome of the game. The injury risk lists are quite long for both teams, the potential injury, the potential players that are out. But I think Van Lanen and the O-line for the Jags being out, potentially being out, I should say, because it's not been confirmed, is a big deal. If they haven't got that protection for Trevor Lawrence, will they be able to get their offense going? So it's going to be a really tight game in every aspect, from the stats to the player injuries to the dual matchups here and there. We're going to see a really tight game with this one. So I'm actually going to go for a relatively low-scoring game, and I'm going to go for 16-10 to the Jags. But what do I know? Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Help me promote the game in the UK. Enjoy the playoffs, and I'll see you at the other end.